Welcome to Pro Tips. Please like, share and subscribe.
एचबी बैंक के एमडी और सीईओ प्रलय मोंडल सर जुड़ते हुए। प्रलय सर, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सुबह सुबह वक्त निकालने के लिए। रिजल्ट्स में पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव्स दोनों नजर आ रहे थे। एसेट क्वालिटी इंप्रूव हो रही है, कई और पॉजिटिव्स थे, लेकिन जो स्ट्रीट ज्यादा बातचीत कर रही थी वो फिर से एक और क्वार्टर जब थोड़ा सा ऑपरेशनली वीक परफॉर्मेंस। प्रलय सर, कोई स्पेसिफिक रीजन ऑपरेशनल वीकनेस का? कब तक हम एक्सपेक्ट करें ऑपरेशनली परफॉर्मेंस इंप्रूव होता हुआ सीएसबी बैंक का नजर आएगा?
Thank you for having me on your show. So, if you look at it in terms of ratios and the financial performance, almost every parameter we have shown significant growth. Whether it is you look at the GNPA, NNPA, PAT, revenue, almost everything we have looked better. If you look at how our CRAR ratios have moved up significantly, earning per share. So overall, I think it was one of the best results for our bank this year. Having said that, what you're saying is also correct, that when you look at a year-on-year basis, some of the operational parameters, primarily in the growth, it has not picked up as much as we wanted. But primary reason for that is, with the kind of interest rates which were prevailing in the market, and we had expected markets to turn this year in terms of interest. So we said that we will price, we are not pricing in the risk with the pricing today. And hence we didn't participate in the market that much last year. So we wanted a risk adjusted return. And now we'll see us participating within the SME. Gold loans, we had a little bit of a trajectory because that last year we had 90% LTV. This year we have 75% as per regulatory norms as on March 31st, 21. After that, automatically that portfolio degrew. And then it took around 2 to 3 quarters to get back the growth. And we have got it now. So last quarter we grew by 7%. Last 2 quarters you grew by 20%, and gold is almost 40% of our portfolio. So that on a year-on-year basis, you see that has what has contributed. Having said that, on our assets side of the business, we are almost where the market is. We grew by more than 9%. Market is around 10, 11. So we are there. In the deposits, because we are exceeding on excess liquidity.
जो आप लोन की बात करें तो सच है, गोल्ड पोर्टफोलियो क्यू ऑन क्यू बड़ा अच्छा मूवमेंट आया था, पर रिटेल लोन्स ठंडे, कॉर्पोरेट लोन्स क्यू ऑन क्यू थोड़े सीक्वेंशली ठंडे। अच्छा, वो ठीक है अपनी जगह। मोंडल सर, ये आरबीआई का जो एकदम से सरप्राइज स्प्रिंग अप हुआ था लास्ट वीक, आपने उसके बाद दरें बढ़ाई क्या? अपनी अनाउंस कर दिया ऑलरेडी या करने की तैयारी हो रही है?
No, हमारा जो एल्को है वो एल्को है this week. So after that only we'll take a call. Almost all the interbanking system has to relook at the deposit pricing as well as the asset pricing. As you know, that some of the banks have already announced. For us, our yields are reasonable, so we
कब scheduled है आप लोगों की?
No, we need to look at everything, but we'll look at it after the ALCO meeting is there tomorrow.
अच्छा, it's tomorrow only. ओके, तो कल वो पता चलेगा कि दरें रिवाइज हो रही है नहीं हो रही। पर ये आउटकम को लिया कैसे आपने? रेपो रेट में 40 बेसिस पॉइंट्स का उछाल, सीआरआर में 50 बेसिस पॉइंट। जब तक रेपो अनाउंसमेंट था लग रहा था बैंक्स के लिए अच्छा, सीआरआर के बाद कंफ्यूजन हो गया कि नेट नेट आप जैसे बैंक्स के लिए आरबीआई के मूव पॉजिटिव है या नहीं, प्रेशर्स पास ऑन हो पाएंगे या नहीं?
See, what happens is that CRR, of course, has a drag on, very small drag on your P&L. But repo rate hike automatically for the variable interest rate, it gets passed on to the customers. That's what the other banks are doing. And deposit rates immediately doesn't come off. So to that extent, I think in the first year, the first half, I don't think there will be any challenge with the banks, including ours. And second half of the year, as the deposit repricing happens, cost of funds repricing happens, then obviously we have to see where the spreads goes. So I don't see in a rising interest rate scenario, not necessarily it's bad for the banks as demand picks up. Why all this is happening? Because inflation is picking up, demands are picking up, commodity prices going up, so corporate loans will start picking up and so on and so forth. But the good news is now with the liquidity getting sucked out of the system, people will not be sitting on excess cash. So the efficiency of the funding will be a lot more, which was not there before. So I think on the mix, we are okay in terms of interest rate rise, because that was bound to happen with what happening globally.
ठीक है, वो तो खैर पता था। अब देखना होगा ये जो तमाम अभी एचडीएफसी लिमिटेड, एचडीएफसी बैंक, पीएनबी हाउसिंग सब वीकेंड पे डेवलपमेंट रिपोर्ट हो गए, सबने दरें बढ़ा दी। सीएसबी बैंक की कल वो एल्को मीट शेड्यूल्ड है। अब देखना होगा ये तो प्रेशर पास ऑन करना जरूरी है, लेकिन इसको डिमांड साइड में क्रेडिट ग्रोथ को किस हद तक हैम्पर करती है वो अलग कहानी। तब मोनल साहब से वापस रिविजिट करेंगे। मोनल साहब थैंक यू सो मच जुड़ने के लिए। गौरव जरा क्विकली सीएसबी बैंक छोड़िए, डीसीबी बैंक भी